Hello, my name is Wolfgang Schoor. By trade, I'm a carpenter, and by profession, I'm a certified safety construction superintendent. I'm a certified construction safety officer. Of course, a certified carpenter, that goes a long way. So an apprenticeship in a carpentry is, I believe it is 7,200 hours. That's a lot of hours. Anyhow, and I did 2 of those. I also have a degree from the University of Waterloo with a focus in construction ergonomics. I also went to, I did a lot of labs at the University of Guelph in the School of Human Biology, and then I did a qualifying year at the Environmental Studies at Waterloo to do a master's in planning, but I didn't like that. I didn't like the map making and that kind of stuff. So I came back to Thunder Bay. Always maintained my home here, but and then shortly thereafter I started going to university, the Lakehead University, to do a qualifying year for a master's in material culture and history and architectural history and technology transfer. Anyhow, so how do I see myself? Well, I guess I'm a humble citizen, meek and mild. I get excited sometimes. Some people say I talk too much. Some people say I don't say enough. So there are all kinds of ways that people can look at me. However, the one thing is for sure, I have done a lot. I have studied a lot at various learning institutions, Confederation College, universities in Canada, trade schools in Germany, and I studied horsemanship at one point when I was a jockey in Germany and riding some of the fastest horses in Germany, Europe, as far as that goes. Anyways, so I'm a horse lover and an equestrian as well. But how do I see myself? I see myself as a master builder, a product developer, professional ergonomist in the human factors engineering. I'm of course a builder, and I have a liking for tool development, for tools. And this, for example, is one of my tool systems. In this case, it is a hammer, a Schoor grip hammer. Some of the other video clips that I have, you will see that that I'm driving a 4-inch spike with one blow. So if you blink your eyes, you missed it. And I composed music. Some of the music is playing in Germany. So it's, I guess I'm just an all-around guy. I see myself as a Renaissance man, and a modern-day Renaissance man, and there's a new term for that now. But as it goes for tools, times are changing. Times are changing tremendously. Number one, some years ago when I had, hello neighbor, when I had an assessment done by some people, by so-called professionals, and I wanted them to do an assessment on some of the ergonomic tools. That was some years ago, and it came back and they said, well, a hammer is a hammer is a hammer, you can't change it, and that's the way it is. Well, that isn't the case. I didn't believe them, and look what happened. A hammer is not a hammer, is a hammer. A hammer is a Schoor grip hammer. This is an ergonomic design. Look how it has changed quite a bit. So technology in the construction trades, in the building industries, and in ICI, industrial and commercial, and institutional building sciences, it's completely changing. Take, for example, a simple tool like this knife. This is a Swedish knife. Carpenters all over the world have loved it for as far as I can remember, as far as I have worked in the trades and or in the building industries, and that is I completed my first apprenticeship in 1965, so do the math. That's a lot of years. So we used this knife. All construction trades used it because it has a good blade, it's handy, you can cut with it, it has a wooden handle, it just fits, and it's light. And they had a good sheath, so you didn't cut yourself. It was always just perfect. To make a long story short, a couple of years ago, I was running a job building a cooling tower for an American company, 30 guys on my crew. This was a huge building. Anyhow, they had a policy that you couldn't use a solid blade on the job site. Now, why is that? So so you have to use a utility knife, and the blades always break, and they're always junk, and you always, it's not as handy as these. Well, so I'm thinking about why would that be? But the population and society has changed to the point where you can't have a decent tool on the job site anymore. So, and I'll show you what you can do with a little knife like this. Since I'm a tool man, it's all about the physical manipulation of tool systems, just of tools. It could be these shearing devices, because I use a lot of hand tools, or you use a Ewing hatchet, a Ewing axe, or you use anything like this. These are all traditional. These are traditional tools. It works. So if you put that there, these are all traditional tools. This is a traditional tool, and beautiful, a miter saw, beautiful. Well, that's all gone by the wayside. Nobody wants to use hand tools anymore. Everybody wants to use just stuff that is modern. If it isn't modern, it's not good. Well, in my books, that isn't the way it works. Now, for example, in the United States, this knife, this utility knife, on a construction site has become a weapon.